Hello fire signs, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is going to be your reading for the next 7 days. So I'm starting with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I have got male and female clarifiers with my Lenormand deck. Bats in the belfry, you can achieve great things. I often feel with this card there is maybe a bit of an isolation this week. It is sort of like being up in the attic, reviewing your life maybe even. This is usually a situation where, you know, you've been through something fairly heavy. It's been a struggle to kind of like maybe even get to the top, and not everyone will recognize the struggles that you've even been through to get there. But it is having a sense that the air is a bit fresher and a bit cleaner, and that you're just sort of gathering yourself for the future, really. Do bear that in mind. I do think my females are struggling a bit more than the males here, to be honest. So Aries, your card for this week is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is feeling a bit overwhelmed, maybe financially. This is kind of like struggling and an inability to commit in one direction. It is my robbing Peter to pay Paul card, and not quite, you know, making the grade almost. So I think there might be some maybe financial worries here. You might be sort of juggling 2 jobs. It feels a little bit exhausting. You've got the whip, the tower, and the clocks here. This might be that there is some sort of official debate with the tower here. This can be like you're having a lot of heated conversations with some sort of maybe regulatory body. It can be to do with law and order, it can be the government, it can be the passport office, the benefits office, the school, for example. It is something that's quite big, and the whips, it is really, I don't think it's anything new for you, Aries, because the whip usually does come round again and again. It can be someone that you're dealing with who may be, you know, really aggressive. They may have like a more sort of superior position than you, especially if you are working within a large firm. This could be like, you know, a really aggressive manager that you're dealing with. The tower is all things official, but it can also mean that you are feeling a little bit isolated just now. You may be in separation from someone, or maybe you're considering that following an argument that it is time to have a separation, but it might even be a legal separation that you're going through. And maybe because of that, your finances are a little bit stretched this week. So it feels, I think Aries, last week you had a bit of a tough week as well. I'm kind of thinking back to the anchor, the cross, something else, or the book, that it was like carrying a lot of a heavy weight, carrying a lot of secrets that you weren't necessarily sharing with people. There's a, I wouldn't say there's a rupture this week, but there's certainly a feeling that you're going to remove yourself almost from a situation and isolate yourself from any sort of, you know, anger and prodding that may kind of come your way. It may just be sort of a week, Aries females, for a bit of a time out to collect yourself, get to the you know, the belfry, and see things from a clearer perspective. Yeah, it feels like, you know, you need a time to recoup here, at least the early part of the week. For Aries men, this looks really good. It doesn't tell us a huge amount, but you do have the key, and it's a super positive card. The key represents resolutions, really. It can be about getting some sort of breakthrough. If there's answers that you've been waiting for, they're coming through this week. If there's, you know, it can be like about diagnosis. You might have applied for finances. That answer will come through this week. Yeah. The Pentacles is all about work, and it's about the body. So that's kind of your main focus for this week. So there is a feeling of waiting. I know this is just the man card and it doesn't really hold much to it. It's a neutral card on his own. but there is definitely answers coming your way, whatever that means for you, whatever answers you've been waiting for. If there's an opening you've been waiting for, it can be there's an important person in your life coming through this week as well. But it does feel really positive. The Bats in the Belfry is a great card. When I say it's a great card, it's actually, I find that it's a time of, yes, withdrawal, but it's also a time of calm and feeling fairly okay with things, not necessarily knowing where you're going next, but just waiting for an opening to come your way. It's not a period or a week of angst. So if anything is overwhelming for Aries this week, that would be the advice, is to very much just have some downtime, keep yourself together. You know, the answers are coming, especially for Aries men. The answers are coming. For my females, it seems to be a time where you might need to isolate yourself or separate yourself from whatever angst you're dealing with. For Leo, your main card is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, which is not great at all. Again, it kind of relates back to finances. This is maybe feeling a little bit unstable on the financial front. It can be that you're financially dependent on someone and the money's not coming through. It can be that this can be my money grabber, my gold digger. It can also be my cheating spouse as well, Leo, just saying. So whatever or whoever this is, it doesn't need to be you. It can be someone you're connecting with, you know. It's definitely a feminine. She's got Solace in reverse here, and this is somebody who really is not clear at all. This is about spiritual empowerment. This feels like a huge block. And it's also about someone who's not prepared or able to stand on their own 2 feet, which Solace can bring in for you. So I'm really getting a very dependent type feminine here. As I say, it doesn't need to be you, but you know, it could be someone you're connected to. It could even be your own mother. There's a feeling of weakness here. And for my females, let's have a look. You've got the Child, the Scythe, and the Compass. This is like a sudden change in direction. Now, if you are a feminine who receives child maintenance, that's something that might actually not come through this week. Doesn't need to be a permanent thing, but this might be money that you rely on and it's not coming. And it's almost like you don't see it coming. It's kind of knocked you on your arse here, to be perfectly honest. But it can be in terms of where you considered a new beginning to be with the child. It's all about something new and fresh and innocent. It's not at all where you think it is, because the Scythe here is a sudden change in direction. So, you know, if there was something new you were starting to look towards, or you had just started, it's almost like you get cut off at the knees here. And you've got to change direction entirely. It's almost like you've got a job offer and you're due to start on, you know, Wednesday, and they text you to say that the company's dissolved. It's something like that. It's something that literally knocks you on your arse and you just don't see it coming. And it's a week where you might be feeling a bit financially strapped. Sorry. So I'm going to say Leo men, totally different. You have got the Bouquet and the Anchor with the Rider and the Bridges. This is this could be a new job offer coming for my Leo men this week. A really good one at that. This can be big luck on the work front. This is a very solid job offer. It's a sort of 9 to 5 type job. It'll probably come with, you know, a nice package to maybe even, you know, get you moving. You might have to relocate for this job with the Rider here, but this is basically news coming in. There's some sort of news coming in and it's on the work front, and it is really good. It might be something that gets you really hot and excited. I don't know who the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. This may be, you know, your own wife. I mean, this can be a boss, the Queen of Pentacles, and the boss can be a penny pinching boss. and you've got something new set up here and you're off. The rider is like within 3 days. It's something come in the mail. There's a big announcement to make on the job front here. And it might be you that knocks the Queen of Pentacles on her arse, because you just does not see this coming. With Solace in reverse, this is somebody who does not see it coming. So, you know, for my Leo men, if you've been in a job and, you know, you've got a shitty boss who doesn't pay you your worth, and you've been shopping around, there is an offer coming in this week and you're off. You're not working any notice or anything with the bridges here. You're burning all them bridges down because you've got a super offer. You're offering at them. So yeah, I have to say for the men, it does actually really good this week. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my women. Chariot in reverse, Sagittarius. This is always like, you know, the brakes are on. There's no movement forward. It can be about, you know, feeling really frustrated. There might be sort of giving up in terms of, you know, what you're trying to move towards. You've lost direction. You might have travel issues this month. I think more travel issues for the feminines. Mask, the stork, and the magnifying glass. You need to really look into any sort of travel plans that you've got here with the stork. The stork is usually, it's a positive upward movement. It is a really, I always think it's a really positive card. You might be trying to relocate. You might be looking for a promotion. There might be some sort of, you know, just change in your abode. It can relate to birth and nursing in particular. There just feel that there's some sort of falsity here with the mask. This is somebody who is, you know, not talking to you straight. So this could be like a nurse, for example, you're dealing with. I don't know why I'm getting nurse. Or a midwife. I don't know. You need to do more research, basically, my Sagittarius women here, because I think what you think you're moving towards is everybody off the bus. It's come to a complete standstill this week with the Chariot in reverse. So maybe your area goes back into lockdown. Maybe you're on holiday and, you know, you go into 2 weeks quarantine. When you come back and, you know, your boss is raging with you but he's not letting on, that sort of thing. There's just no movement forward here for Sagittarius this week with the Chariot in reverse. And indeed, when the Chariot is in reverse, I always say there shouldn't be, because to me it always sort of signals that there might be, you know, not just issues with travel in general, but issues with your car breakdowns, you know, a little bump, a little accident, that sort of thing. It is a bit of a warning card. For my men here, as much as you're not able to make progress, you're very much in dream mode here. You might be dreaming about, you know, a very loving female. You might want to get back to your wife or your girlfriend. It feels really lovely. So even though you're not able to make any progress this week, your head's in a really good place, and it's just, you know, having, you know, passionate dreams about a woman, feeling, you know, really intuitively connected to someone that, you know, you have a little love for. So again, you're not able to make any progress this week, Sagittarius men, with the Chariot in reverse, but it doesn't seem to be bothering you in the least. Okay, I'll just take a wee advice card because it's quite short, isn't it? One advice card for, I'm going to focus on mainly my women because my men seem to be fine. So Aries female, what advice, please, Spirit, can you offer for Aries female for this week with the Two of Pentacles in reverse? Connect with your emotions. Water Guardian. Yeah, I'm just sort of feeling, Aries, for you. It's just, it's almost a little bit too overwhelming, and you are going to sort of distance yourself from any sort of debates or arguments or, you know, nastiness. I really do, you know. I'm actually seeing like the little boy from Never Ending Story, when he takes the book up to the attic of the schoolroom because he's, you know, getting bullied and whatnot, and he's lost his mother. And I'm actually seeing that he's just lost all track of time. The school's closed, and he's just in the zone. He's just taken a book up into the attic and he's just lost himself in a fantasy. or reality indeed, you know, depends on your perspective. I really just feel that you are going to be emotional and you're just going to disconnect this week from any sort of angst, and that's a very good idea. Leo females with the, especially Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Childless Scythe and the Compass for my Leo females. What advice? Yeah. Take care of your needs with winter. This is pretty much feeling on your own. It's also telling you that you kind of need to go it alone and look after number one. Don't run with the crowd. Winter is a timeline indicator. So whatever you're dealing with just now, Leo, there's, you know, maybe be 2-3 months of this. I'm actually seeing quite a bit of sadness here. Winter's, I mean, is about, you know, looking after yourself, especially physically with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you know, making sure that you're eating good food, you're getting enough exercise and fresh air, you're taking your vitamins, that sort of thing. Just look after yourself for the time being, at least for the next 7 days. For Sagittarius, women advice, the Chariot in reverse. Okay, you're going to be fine. You've got the Sun, enjoy success and happiness. So, you know, it might well be, especially in the mountains here, this is usually, in Lenormand, this is about being abroad. You might be quarantined somewhere that's actually really sunny and you're just going to chill. So you might be phoning in saying, oh my God, I'm really sorry I can't get to work, but actually you're sat in your bikini and there's a pina colada just arrived on your right hand side. So it's nothing to worry about, Sagittarius, this week. You know, get some sun, get some vitamin D flowing through your veins. Just accept that it's a week where there's not going to be any, you know, forward movement, and there probably shouldn't be. So guys, that's your weekly reading. Please like, subscribe, look after yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.